Hi guys, this is Scribbly again, and as said yesterday on Instagram, I've set up my new bullet journal for 2017 already because my old 2016 bullet journal just went out last week. So this is my new Leuchtturm 1917 in white, and yeah, I'm just gonna show you my initial setup, how I normally set up my bullet journals. So upon opening it, here's an address sticker. Then I have some sticky notes in here that I can use as additional page markers if I would want that. Then there's a table of contents. This year's bullet journal starts with a job and career planning because I'm going to hand in my PhD this year. So this is going to be an issue for me. Planning my career, finding potential employees and all that. And then I have a yearly overview and 2 half-year future logs. And then it starts with the first monthly planning for December. And I'm going to show you that now. So as said, the first spread is already going to be the career planning that I also do in OneNote. Not only in here, I do digital as well. Then I have the first spread that I have here is first half year of 2017, second half year of 2017. That's basically the classic Ryder Carroll setup. I use that for future planning, and I use that here for things as if someone is going to come visit from abroad, or for birthdays, or for conferences that I'm going to attend. So that is like major stuff, major issues that I also want to see at one glance in which month they're going to happen. And you know, like those things, they don't happen so frequently. So yeah, somebody birthdays and all that. So it's going to be okay. That space is going to be okay for that. And then someone recommended me on YouTube to try the Eddie Hope future planning method in combination with, I think it's called Alastair future planning method. So that's what I'm going to try this year. So on the left-hand side, I have the Eddie Hope method, and on the right-hand side, the Alastair method. You can look that up on the bulletjournal.com website or Google it, what those two methods are. But essentially, I'm going to use the Eddie Hope future planning method for things that I need to see on which day they are, so that I see what's going on a day, for example, dentist appointments and stuff like that. Then the Alastair method, I intend to use those for small things as, you know, don't forget to bring a book back to the library in this month or something like that, you know, like just those like small everyday things. But if they have a deadline, so like with that, I can plan them for a deadline. And then as I set up the new monthly plan for January, February, March, or whatsoever, I can then just transfer them there. And then I've already set that up for the second half as well. Then I do have my normal monthly spreads. That's how my monthly spread layouts look like. Pretty much the traditional Ryder Carroll style with some tweaks that I've done. I split up the weeks. I draw a horizontal page spanning line, so then write the calendar weeks here. Then I normally leave a little bit space down here, and that space I'm going to use to put a month under a current theme that is focus on this, or you know, this month eat more healthy, sleep more, and all those things that we always try to do in our everyday lives to improve. Then I draw a couple of horizontal lines here. That one here is my productivity measurement. So at the end of each day, I measure, and I show you how I measure my daily productivity, at least in terms of time, not quality, but at least in quantity. Then at the end of the day, if it was a productive day, I make that square green. If it was an okay day, I make it blue. And if it was a not so good day, I do make that, fill that in red. This is a curl, so that will be crossed out for the days that I plan to train. And then when I didn't train, it's going to be marked red. And then when I went training, it's going to be marked green. And this is a moon. In here, I, for example, make a cross in the days when my spouse works night shift, because she's working night shift at times. Yeah, and then I have my tasks and to-dos here. And then the final thing, this is like now the daily logs. They just, as the Ryder Carroll daily logs with all the signifiers, the dash for a note, the dot for a task, the circle for an event and all that. It's 2 small tweaks that I'm doing here. I draw a small watch or clock in here, in which I then, you know, draw a line and then you know, color it in, fill it in, the hours I've worked in the day, and then to make it a little bit more concrete for me, I use the Pomodoro technique. So I draw a little tomato up here, and you know, I clock in Pomodoros throughout the day, and then at the end of the day, I write here how many Pomodoros I have achieved in that day, and then I have a personal measurement, a gap in between how many Pomodoros a day I consider that unproductive, productive, or very productive day. And then also I do color coding with so let's say this is going to be was a productive day. I draw a color in that triangle here, green, and then I go here and I will mark that also green. So that is how I see at a glance through color coding how productive my week or month or whatever was, and that then helps me to do, of course, what I am going to do then is a weekly review, and at the end of the month I do a monthly review. Yeah, so that's it with my setup. That's how I normally go about things, and then I of course also use collections. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you at the next bullet journal workshop. Bye.